walked right through it. Whoops.
Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs and is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Patriots and the Chiefs, and it comes your way next.
Wow, even
The
more
playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Coming up, a highly anticipated contest between the New England Patriots and the Kansas City Chiefs. A weekend where 4 teams gets cut down to 2 here in the AFC. The divisional round contest is underway. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
All of us as sports fans, we know those players in the other sports that when we just think of the greatest to ever do it, a skill set that's different than everybody else, immediately a player pops in your mind. And while we have seen GOATs like Tom Brady and Super Bowl winners many times over like Bradshaw, Montana, and Aikman, there's just not many that have ever done it with the flair, the style, and the skill set of Patrick Mahomes.
They give it to him again. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Jelani Tavai ranging in for the stop. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. That's caught for the first. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48.
Oh, can we throw the mob too? Oh, I didn't realize we could throw the mobs. That's awesome.
Off play action, it's Mahomes. Caught by Hunt. And he's across midfield into Patriots territory.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Oh, we can break pieces off him.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside.
Okay.
He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Kyle Duggar hauling him down. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Mike, is that where you want me to aim?
Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. This one falls incomplete. The Chiefs looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes Matt Araiza to handle it.
Oh, it's not glowing, though. It doesn't move when we hit it, though. Does all the armor move?
And, just a hair too much on that kick. The punt lands in the end zone. This one's coming out to the 20. So now it's the Patriots' turn to head out for the first time on offense. Leading them out, someone with a big arm and a field general's mindset, Drake May.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never.
Oh, you know what?
But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
Did he kill him?
On target to his man, Polk. And he's going to be brought down up the 28-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now the first carry of the game for Ramondre Stevenson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Fine.
First down, and they go right back to him. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Justin Reed with the tackle.
No, okay, so they don't just blow up. You have to
Second down, it's Stevenson.
Like the blow-ups.
We're driving forward, but won't get beyond the line. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground.
Only does 150. I think we're just going to keep
3rd and 4 coming up now.
Doesn't seem to do that much more, so.
May now from the gun. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Patriots punt team coming out with former 6th-rounder Bryce Barrier to do the honors.
Maybe we can put like some
the punt's away, and this one looking good. Angled this one for the sideline. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs sending their offense out for the second time this game. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Mahomes on 1st and 10. He's got his man. That's Travis Kelce. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. 16 yards on the play. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st and 10 from the 41. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Pistol now for Mahomes. That pass is complete to Kelce. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 5 men in the secondary for the Pats. 3rd down.
I think we got to get some of this armor.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He lofts it deep, right sideline. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And that'll bring up 4th and 3.
He also clearly has some space between his...
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's May. It's complete to Hunter Henry.
That's what he's doing.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Have these AOEs all over my face.
On the draw, they give to Stevenson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 2nd and 3 now. On play action, here's May. That's to his running back, Antonio Gibson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Hey. Slated downs to approach here from the 40.
You go.
May on 1st and 10. Henry on the catch. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield.
Thank God.
And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Patriots will have a 1st down.
Or just some other heels that we dropped earlier that we didn't pick up. I'm going to see if we can find those.
This is Stevenson heading right. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Chiefs territory. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 46. He just throws this one away. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. On the gun, it's May. That's taken in by Henry. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
Okay.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. They've got 1st down from the 31.
Vegas. Oh, that was good.
Here's Mahomes. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Travis Kelce, the intended target. So that brings up 2nd down.
Wait, what did that say? I was spam clicking. I didn't see it.
Blown back, it's the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
What?
Kansas City sends out its punt team. Marcus Jones back to return for the Patriots. Fair catch hauled in at the 18-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Pats will take over. The Patriot offense making their return to the field. By this point, partner, they are through that opening script, through trying to establish their offense, and yet still no points. Thinking it might be time to start switching things up a little bit, tear up the old game plan and start fresh.
Well, I promise you that's what's buzzing on the headsets and over on the sidelines and in the huddle. Got to find a way to just get into some sort of rhythm.
The give inside to Stevenson. And he doesn't find open space. He only finds a defender who makes the stop. And now on third down. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring it fourth down.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these third downs.
Picked up at the 38. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. So that's the... About set for the second quarter. Chiefs football here. They'll have it a little short of midfield. They'll run here from the gun. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Official signaling for a timeout. It's taken by the offense.
And Kyle Yeomans.
Here's 2nd and 5. That finds Hunt complete. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. They're set up at the 35 now.
In the SWBC studios, welcome in everybody. We've got Patrick No C Walker, Josh
in motion left is
Rodriguez,
Smith-Schuster.
Stand back, Chris Beam in the back. I'm Kyle Yeomans. So glad you are with us. And guys,
and they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Jabril Peppers bringing that one to an end.
Let's go.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Shouts out to cold world.
They've got a man in motion. 2nd and 6 now. That one finds Xavier Worthy. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Freaky say with your chest Friday. Interesting. Because it is spooky season.
1st and 10, it's Mahomes.
So it's got to be a little freaky.
Finds him over the middle. This is ahead for about 5. Lonnie Tavai ranging in for the stop.
Afterwards.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Yeah, I technically celebrated last night. Last night was costume night. Nice.
The movement there before the snap. Right side of the line. This is going to back them up.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Classic. Yeah. And we're going to have a San Francisco
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards.
We're having a Halloween-themed workout at my
running
facility.
it after the penalty.
Morning, 9 o'clock.
And they make the play at the 23, a gain of only a little.
So you guys will be free on me.
Only a yard from that time, so now 3rd and 9.
You want to work out? I got you covered. Nice. Including Beamer. Come on through, Including Beamer. When are you celebrating, Kyle?
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes.
I'm actually doing the trick-or-treat, like, on Halloween with the babies.
Complete beyond the
we're going to put them in the stroller,
they get this
walk
down
around the
the
neighborhood, and
7-yard
actually do
line.
the trick-or-treating. What are their costumes?
That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
I can reveal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work. Help reset those chains.
She's trying to be.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
I'm going to keep that one tight. We need the pictures. I'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it off air. What about you, Patrick? What are you celebrating?
From the red zone now.
That's because he loves
Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away. Incomplete. So that play doesn't work out, but things make it even worse for them. Looks like one of their big guys out front is in need of a look from the training staff.
What is it, cartoons?
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal.
He's like, I like myself. I like
He sent a man in motion.
But no, I love spooky season, man. So as far as trick-or-treating, obviously,
Back to throw
that's on
Mahomes.
the day of Halloween. Yeah. But
And they will score. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Just the whole aura
The
of it,
Chiefs
man.
get the game's first points here in the second.
Yeah, I don't wait for October.
Xavier Worthy, the touchdown.
Shirts and
If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw. Just the right touch. And you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, you need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead. I don't care.
You're
But the
biased.
success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
You walk into a Nightmare on Elm Street. I just got to keep up the rivalry. You come on now. The rivalry.
Reed now to kick this one away.
Come on. Pinhead has Mike B. Right? Sorry, guys. Yeah.
To return this, Marcus Jones.
News and notes.
Oh, he shows a burst on this return.
All year long.
And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down.
All right, so we're going to start with
The Patriots running their offense out there. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback in his offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
All pros, correct? Yeah.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
First team all. Neither is at the moment trending in the direction of playing. They remain in game time decision, but again,
they're not a small 4-yard chunk there. Justin Reed with the tackle.
Here's the good
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
He will be a huge determinant in the outcome of that game. He was limited
on target to his man pole
on Wednesday,
and they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line.
So fingers crossed that he remains on that arc. John
Stevenson
Jr.
gets it on third down, and he's caught behind the line for a loss.
With a retorn.
Third and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push, and we will move the sticks instead. The defense is energized with that stop.
Young man, because he has another long road ahead
Fourth
of him.
down's going to bring out Joey Sly and the Patriots field goal unit for the first time. From the right hash, 55 yards out.
And if you tear it more than
has
once,
the distance, but headed well left. No good. And the deficit stays at 7.
We'll see you in 2025.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Chiefs and Xavier Worthy back in possession here. And even though he's only a rookie, he's played like a seasoned veteran this year. Right now, he's the guy who, if the season ended this instant, would be going home with that Offensive Rookie of the Year award.
Same knee. That is the mental.
First and 10. Here's Mahomes.
He's going to be
able to get it to Moore. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is.
And
after a good pickup, they're set up with second and short.
One of those situations. So, keeping with, going back to the linebackers core, so you could be getting Eric Kendricks back.
Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes.
Because he was downgraded
to him on the quick hitter. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
Let's see what else we got.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's first and 10.
See if he gets cleared with his range of motion. And most notably, out of everyone else that remains, is Brandon Aubrey continues with his jury duty
to the
try
air,
to determine if the individual
finds a seam down the middle.
Is guilty.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
The plan is and the expectation is that Aubrey will travel with the team and take the field against the 49ers. He's been
working
getting his
inside the red zone.
After court session closes.
It's a Kansas City touchdown.
And then, of course, the 49ers are just as ravaged.
So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
And when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
In the absence of stars,
that one splits the uprights.
Need to shine that
and the Chiefs double their lead to 14.
The stars that are present need to shine that much brighter than they have.
Antonio Gibson now to return it.
Well, that's a signal.
And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30.
Tell me who will.
The Patriots offense all set to go. They need some kind of score here, Brock, to keep this from getting away from him on the road in the postseason.
You need to win this football game.
Drive start for the carry by Stevenson. He's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Who's the number
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
So far this year. The number 1 guy.
On play action, May. He'll get this to Henry. Give him 32 on that play. And that's a New England first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play.
It's the offense. You have
operating from the gun. Here's May.
The offense can figure this thing
throws a
out because
bullet deep to the right. Big gain downfield.
But it starts up front.
And he has the New
And I
England
think
touchdown.
Obviously, with
Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Joey Sly on for the extra point.
Right now, John Legend. Hopefully,
extra point sent right down the middle.
These last few weeks.
And the Patriots chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
He just did not have a great. He had a good start against, obviously against the best in the league, and then after that, I don't know what happened.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away.
Get some chemistry. And with
kickoff taken at the 3.
Can do what he does and just play left guard instead of having to flip.
And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30.
So
first and 10 now from the 30.
That chemistry, and he can produce better. And then collectively, that unit can produce better. And then you can get this running game going. You can get that going. And then you have at least 2/3 now of your
looking to throw Mahomes
of your system that
this
is
one
working the way that you want
Kelsey.
it to be. Right now, you have,
and he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Rain Dakota Prescott.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Y'all can both have that answer.
Yeah.
So early movement for the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit. That brings out the flag.
Let me just say this. I think Dak needs to have the game of all games.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and well, they got one of them to move that time.
You should want to go out there and no mistakes, have a freaking day, man.
From the
no
gun,
mistakes,
it's Mahomes.
Tight window throws,
Gets him
whatever
on
he's
the
got
end
to do.
route.
If the receivers
and
aren't
he'll
going to
go
help him,
down,
he
it will say right at the 39-yard line.
Needs to go tight window or not.
Here we go, third and less than a yard.
If he succeeds, if he has a monster of a day, that this is a W. No doubt about it. If he makes 0 mistakes.
He has the first over the middle. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
The brightest in this game if the Cowboys
you know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Which would have been just
have him gain about a handful there. Marte Mapu, the man on the tackle.
Fast forward to
gain of 5, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning.
He was asked how would he grade himself.
We're to the 2-minute warning from Arrowhead.
Oh, he said average.
And it's the Chiefs.
So either he listens
facing
to
2nd and 5.
Or he's blatantly honest about himself. And I love it. So I'm going to go with Dak Prescott here, and here's evidence to
putting the tight end in motion.
This is per next-gen stats. So after leading the NFL in both completion percentage
from the 46
and completion percentage
on
over
target to Worthy,
plus 9%.
And he's across midfield into Patriots territory.
Dak now ranks 25th in
and the Patriots in the nickel for this third down call.
51% against man coverage.
They go play action. It's Mahomes.
Has to get better. They got to get better at
complete to
separating
Kelsey.
and better routes and things
and
like that.
And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage. Sometimes he's breaking the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Use your legs, extend plays.
Finds Kelsey running the slants.
He's going to do
and this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Don't sit in the pocket. Start looking right now. I'm telling you, don't sit in the
spot
pocket.
here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
I've been calling for Mississippi State Dak Prescott for years now. And I get the mentality of why he pulled back on that after the devastating injury, right? But
again, Mahomes to throw.
2023, we're now more and more time removed. If you
and he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
so that especially
prior to first
for an
down,
offense
they
that
decide to
keep
call a
getting having to
timeout.
change some penalties and whatnot,
And they still
take
have one
yards
in
when
their
you can
pocket
take
for what's
yardage. And of
left
course,
of this half.
deep defenders,
Give him 8
defensive
yards
backs
on the
to cover
play.
for longer periods of time.
And the
That'll
Chiefs are
also
going to have
help
a first
the
down.
separation. Yeah, if they have to account for
Completed
your
over the middle.
quarterback possibly running,
And
and
they
they'll
get
come
this
off of
down
their
to the
coverage.
10-yard
So
line
I
before
want to see
going
Dak
down.
Prescott here. I just want
Jake, when
to
Bill Walsh was
Yeah,
implementing
I
the
don't blame
drag
him.
route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me
everybody's
with
right.
the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll push it to double digits in a two-possession game.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. You couldn't finish the drive with a touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
Absolutely not.
On the return, here's Gibson.
Can't Dak without the offensive line.
He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half.
So
We've reached halftime in this AFC Divisional Round matchup. Now we'll send you south to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Reports with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. One of these two teams is going to move on to the conference championship. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one, as it'll be the LA Chargers doing battle with the Baltimore Ravens.
0 interceptions. Since then against
In
San
the first
Francisco,
half, we saw some strong play from Chiefs quarterback
let's do
Patrick
53%
Mahomes.
passing,
He came on after a
254
slow start
yards, a
to fire
touchdown and an
2
interception.
second-quarter touchdown
23 of
passes
37
and give
passing,
his guys the lead
62% completion,
at the intermission.
206 yards.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. On the return, here's Gibson.
That's 58% of his passes, 153
He stopped on the return
yards
at the
through the air, 1
27.
touchdown, and
The
3
Patriots offense out there to start this third quarter. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit.
Yeah. Including
Drive
the 2
starts
playoff
out with a
games
first
and
and
the
10.
regular season game there. 57% completion rate, 13 points per game, 60%, 60
Made to throw
on the
it.
passer rating. You know, this a lot of it also goes back
Henry
to
on the
what's happening
catch.
in the red zone. Or
And he's
what's not
tackled
happening
after
in the
gaining
red
a
zone.
handful.
Turnovers are happening in the
He's
red
just one
zone.
of those guys,
Touchdowns are
Kate.
not
Even when he's
happening
not
in the
open,
red
he's
zone.
still a
And it'd be
target
a
thanks to
different
that
story
physicality and his ability
some
to
of
just play
those
bully ball. They don't like
accountabilities
forcing
for
him into
red zone
coverage,
failings
but
did not fall on
sometimes
Dak
when you
Prescott.
got a bully like him that can create space,
whether it be a
just
miscommunication
find a way
with
to get him the ball.
that's a dual accountability.
He picks up
right?
15
It
on
didn't
the
work out, so that's
play.
an interception.
And the
So that's on
Patriots
him
will
and
have
it's
a
on
first
you.
down.
But when you also look at
You
things
want to become a
like
quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Several things attribute to that.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48.
Which then leads to lack of a run game, which then leads to opposing defenses aren't
From the
afraid
gun,
of the run
it's
game,
May.
so they keep more men in coverage, and it makes
He keeps
more
those feet in
difficult.
and
That
makes
being
the
said,
catch.
he's played at an elite
It's
level.
what you call
He is an
efficiency.
quarterback. He was
Exactly
running
what
for
you're looking
MVP
for on
last
first
season.
down.
Some of the throws that
It
he's
sets up
making,
second and very
they
manageable,
can't happen.
and it creates that
So
space if you
there
want
are
to take a
throws
shot
that he
downfield.
wants back, and in this type of game against this type of
This time they're going to
opponent,
get there and
and
they
this type
drop
of
it.
head coach who more or less
That
owns
pushes them
this
back.
team to this
Third
point
down
over the past
coming
3
up.
games, you just
Well,
can't
it has
make
been
those
such a
mistakes.
good
is what
day
we're saying.
offensively
100%.
for the guys up front. That's
Offensive
actually the
line
first sack by this
notwithstanding, I
defense.
think
And
even
now comes the real
you're going
question
up
mark. Will it lead
against
to
the
more?
49ers
Or will this
defensive line,
offense
which is
learn a
actually
lesson
really
and get
good.
back
We've
to the
addressed
rhythm
this. We
they've been
talked
in
about it last
protecting?
week or earlier this week. To me,
And this one's worked
even
down to the
with
33
the offensive
before
line
being
playing
stopped.
well, when they are not playing well,
That's
it's not that they
16 on the
lose.
pickup.
He's got to be able
And
to
that's
make
a
the
New
right
England
read and
first
get the ball
down.
out quickly. He cannot take those sacks that he's been taking all year.
And the pressure
16
could very
times,
well
as
come
a matter of fact.
because they, like we said, they do well at pressuring without blitzing. They pressure well with front
May
four,
now.
okay? And your blocking
Taken in by
has been
Henry.
up and down this
He's
season.
corralled after a modest
And against
4-yard
the Lions,
gain.
it was
Something he
down.
does so well.
So
Nick
if you have
Bolton
a
making
down
a stop.
game against the San
Second
Francisco
and 6 coming
49ers,
up here.
then guess who puts the onus on to shine that much brighter? The quarterback.
May now from the gun.
Yeah, some of this
Complete.
all this
It's
is correct.
Ford.
Some of this again,
And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
not only because I like him,
Short
but I
yardage
think that he's
situation
capable.
here. It's third and
I want
2.
him to get in his bag once again.
Third quarter starts
Because
with a
if
run
you
by
look at
Stevenson.
what Shanahan
And he's
does
taken
for the
down with a short
49ers,
gain to the 25.
Brock Purdy always has multiple
Joey
options
Sly
at the
out for the
first and second
Patriots
level.
field goal try. This is a 42-yard look from the
not
left
just one guy
hash.
at level 1, one guy level 2, one guy level 3.
And
Right,
that
the little
one
tiered
is
system.
good.
He
A little
usually has
longer, but no problem
one
at
guy at
all.
1, 2
And
guys
that'll
at
bring
2,
it back to within
right?
a score.
Or 2
The
guys
lead
at 1,
7.
one guy at 2, and another guy
Here in the
at
third quarter,
deep
he gets
portion
a
of the field,
chance
right?
to
Now,
make up for
obviously,
the
these guys
miss
might be
on his
adjacent
first
from each other,
attempt of the
depending
game.
on
This
what side of the
time,
field they're on, but
he is totally dialed
usually
in,
to the
and he
primary
gets
play
this one to
side, if you
count.
guys go back and watch
Has
film,
this
there's
at the
multiple
6.
options that
Oh, he
multiple
shows a
guys
burst
work
on
in
his
the same
return.
zone, work in the
And it's a
same
nice return
area,
here.
right?
They'll
The same
tackle him
window. So
shy of the 35.
if you're a defender, right, and
The
you're
Chiefs are
responsible
out
for
once
this
again. Their
flat, your
offense
outside
led by
linebacker,
Patrick
I'm running a
Mahomes.
guy right in front of your face.
And this is some
Right?
quality
And then
film
I'm going to run a
review
guy
right here.
behind
Look at
you.
this.
So no matter what decision you make, it's the wrong decision. He does a really good job of giving Purdy those
Here's first and
options
10 from the
getting the ball
34.
in his playmaker's hands, and then letting those guys go make plays. Purdy's not being forced to make tough throws.
Out of the gun,
Right?
it's
But when he
Mahomes.
does, they're pretty.
He had it for a
They're not
moment,
great.
but a
And
great
he
defensive
is
play
doing
to
a great job
jar
of
it
getting out of
loose.
pocket.
Incomplete.
He's doing an amazing job
Looking
of
for
that.
Travis
Which
Kelce that
hasn't
time.
necessarily done
And
it
it's
in
going
the
to be
past.
second down.
This year you can classify him as a running quarterback.
Well, it's part of an element
Mahone
of
back
what
in
he
the
needs
backfield,
to
and
be
they give it to
successful
him.
without his weapons.
And
to
he has him a
extend
small
plays.
chunk of
His offensive
yards
line-
up to the
offensive line's not playing
42.
They're great
7
in the
yards
run
on the
game.
carry.
Yes,
Now they've got
they're
3rd and
doing a
3.
great job blocking for Jordan Mason. But when you go back and you look at it, he has had some troubles in the passing.
When I brought up
Pass
Dak,
blocking.
when I brought up Dak and Brock's similar stats
Operating from the
yesterday,
gun. Here's
the one
Mahomes.
thing that Brock Purdy's
Complete
absolutely
beyond the
annihilating Dak
marker.
Prescott is
And he'll pick
his
up
rushing
enough to
attack.
move the chains.
And this is what we've talked about before. Dak
You're not going to last long in the National
or not his
Football
inability.
League if
He's
you don't
he
convert a
doesn't want to
good
run
chunk of
anymore.
your third down.
He's just
Nice
he just
find
doesn't
there
take
to
that
continue the
opportunity.
series.
Judicious in when he does it. Yes. And the thing is there
All
are
right,
times
set
where
now,
he's
1st and
too
10.
judicious in it, where it's just like you should have taken that and run. Like, okay, this developed.
Here's
but
the lone
sometimes
back
just
on
take
the
the 5
handoff.
yards, just take the 6.
And he
just take
sneaks
the
this
7.
through the middle, maybe a gain of
We don't
2.
expect that you're going to make a guy miss.
Hey, that's a run
But
that's
if
ho
it
hum on the
slide,
stat sheet, but if
protection
you
has
see a
broken
bigger play
down
on the
the
ground
right
later
side,
on,
and you have the ability
largely
to
be
roll out
because
on
of a
the left
play
side
just like
and
that one,
turn
softening up the
what
front and opening the
be, what was
door
it,
for
second
a
and
bigger
7
gap
to
in the
a 3rd
future.
and 2. Now the playbook is
2nd
more
and
open
8.
on 3rd and 2. Do you think there's any
This one is
pause
hit
there
by the defender and
because he
lines up
doesn't want it to
incomplete.
become a quick trigger in terms of using
Last
the legs
pass
because of how bad
unsuccessful,
the
and they have
offensive line has
3rd
been in
down
front of
here.
him? Because if he does it once, take what you can get. I get it. I'm right there with you. But I'm also not a pro quarterback who has to deal with snap after snap after snap after snap after snap of my offensive line not
Slot
blocking
man
well
motioned
for me.
over.
So if I do it
Not
once,
as your primary job.
3rd down, it's
maybe my
Mahomes.
side
So answer it this way, Kai.
Thurman is
So
there, and he
again, to your point,
harmlessly
I
knocks it
totally agree
away.
with you.
Incomplete.
Being a former
The Chiefs bringing out their punt team.
then it becomes a thing.
Matt
It becomes a
Araiza, the
thing,
one
right?
to
So you're
send it
fighting that
away.
stigma, all that jazz, right? There's a whole lot of mental battles that you go through. But if I have 10
So
pressures,
this one
10
sails
pressures
over
in
the
a game, right?
sideline, and
That's
they'll spot it
10
where a
pressures. How many
touchback
times
would
you want
go
me
at
to
the
scramble?
20-yard
Because
line.
every single one
The
of those pressures I
Patriots
can
and
run.
Ramondre Stevenson getting the football back now.
Almost every single one you can
And
run.
the running lanes,
No,
and they've
you're
been
right. I mean,
hazardous.
that's
Not
true. I
quite the
know. So
decorated collection of highlights from him that we're going to look at here. Those big plays, the explosive runs where he leads an offense, just haven't been there for him in this one. Offense ready to begin this drive,
Every
1st and 10.
But what I'm presenting to you is that
Starting on the
when
ground
those
here with
pressures
Stevenson.
present themselves,
He
there's
gets
gonna
it
be
forward
games,
for a
every
gain
game's
of
gonna have
3.
QB
Something he
pressures,
does so
right?
well.
But
Nick
in the matter of
Bolton
there's
making a
being
stop.
10, you're
2nd down
two,
now, 7 to go.
3, right? If you're 3rd down situations, maybe, but like you really don't want Dak running.
From
That's
the
the reality.
23.
You don't want Dak running. You rather have your offensive line that you have
On target to his
first
man
round picks
pull.
on your offensive line. You'd rather him be able to sit
And they
back there
finally
in a
bring
nice
him
little
down,
snuggie
but that
and
is
be
a
able to throw the ball
big gain and a new set of downs.
Ideally, yeah.
But when the
They get
offensive line
20
is
yards
playing
out of
how
the
it is
play and
now,
move the
you have to
chains.
take the opportunities that are
I think
presented
my
in front of you.
favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
In a game, Dak would have to run 12 or 13
And the power
times.
play
I
up
don't
the
know if I
gun
want
only
my
results in
60
2
million
yards.
quarterback, everybody says $60 quarterback.
They got some
running 12 or
positive
13
yards.
times
That's a
game.
good
That's
thing.
where I'm at.
But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs. It's the better defenses in this league.
You're not getting
Okay, so honestly,
And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start to push into Chiefs territory.
Quarterback who possesses the ability to
Got
really
5,
run.
and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
I don't even know. I don't even know who's not a non-running quarterback. Isaiah's stand back. Yeah, Isaiah's going to run past everybody. But
Going play action,
my
May.
level of Aaron Rodgers doesn't run anymore. Yeah, exactly. Right. Aaron Rodgers.
As it left side, Brock, with the throw carried him too close to that edge. They're going to say brought it in out of bounds. That's going to bring up fourth down.
I believe, right, this is not no analytics behind this. I just honestly believe
fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. Offense heading out
get
now
out of
for the
bounds,
Chiefs.
right? Or duck
They
your
didn't
shoulder,
add to their
right?
lead last
Deliver the
time out.
blow.
They punted it
Because
away, but
now
still
if I
ahead and able to
slide,
add to
my
it
foot
here.
can get caught in the ground. I can snap my ankle.
On first
I
down,
can
they'll run.
sneeze. I can get
And
my
he's
whole
going to
head
manage a
taken
lone
off.
yard on that drive up the gut. Jabril Peppers bringing that one to an
And
end.
again, this is as a player.
They'll come to the
I
line here,
didn't like
2nd and
sliding
9.
because I'm like, now I have no way to defend myself. Sliding is supposed to be the greatest defense for yourself. But
Shotgun
as soon as I
snap, they're
slide,
going to
I
throw.
take away my ability
Into
to now
traffic,
defend myself and protect
complete.
myself.
You put it in the
And
hands
that's
of
good
I put it in the
yardage
hand of
there
other
with a
people
new
to
set of
just say,
downs
hey,
to boot.
I hope that you're
Slated
driving on the
downs
right
to
side of the
approach
train,
here
Kyle.
from the 40.
You know what I'm saying? I hope that you're going to do the right
On
thing.
1st and
But if
10,
you don't,
here's
I'm
Mahomes.
just
It's
done.
his running
You're
back.
freaking- Yes.
And that doesn't mean that a backup
And
corner
they
isn't going
catch
to take
up
that
to him,
chance
but
and
not
maybe knock you
until
out.
he's got a huge gain and a first
Here's
down.
what I'm saying. I don't want my quarterback.
That
I don't
one
care
goes
who
for
the quarterback is. I
25
don't care if
yards.
he's on a rookie deal
And
or
it'll
if
be
he's
first down,
$260
Kansas
million
City.
guy, $240 million guy. I don't want him running 15 times a game. That's not what I'm saying. But the counterpoint is, like Josh and I
Lone
are
back
saying,
in the
if your
backfield, and he
protection
gets
is
the
not holding
handoff.
up well, then I need
He's forward, gets
+2.
a couple
Give
of
me a
yards.
+2
Kyle
per game.
Duggar holding him down.
Now time it up.
Yeah.
Because
8 yards to
down
go.
and distance,
Let's see how they approach this
situational
second
football,
down.
what's the score? How important is it to get this chain moving? All of that needs to come into play. But just give me like a +2. Example being, question to you. He
From the
has
gun, it's
only
Mahomes.
3
Finds
first
his
down
man.
runs
It's Worthy.
through 6 games.
And he's got a
Do you think
decent
that there
gain
were
before
only
being
3
brought
opportunities
down.
to run for first down?
Third
Out of
and
about
just
6 games?
2 to go.
Probably not. So follow-up question. Do you
I know
think,
I can think of 2 instances myself where he had a shot at it.
right, and in those
They'll
situations,
try and pick this up on the ground.
when you
And
are
he's
showing
stopped.
that you
Now
can
we'll wait to
extend
hear what
drives,
this
but you
flag
can't
is all
get into
about.
the end zone, every chain moving situation matters. So I don't want Dak Prescott running 10, 12, 15 times. That's
Tempting
not
to
what I
perhaps
want.
take
But
the
the fact
yards
that you
and
only
run
average
3rd down
1.5
again, partner. But they decline
runs
it, so
per
that's going to
game
bring up 4th down.
through the first 6 games, turn that 1.5 to 3, and I guarantee you're in a better situation to score.
Looking to
for it,
throw.
right? Especially when you're up against an offensive line that
That's
also
incomplete
has
on
been
4th down. And they'll
committing
turn over
penalties
possession.
that push drives back. So when you
They'll
can
get this
get
drive
yards,
started.
because those yards
1st and
might end
10.
up being washed out by a penalty down the field anyway, as opposed to
Operating
you
from the
don't
gun.
get that
Here's
yardage,
May.
and then the penalty
He'll
happens,
get
and now
this
it's
to
a negative
Henry.
situation all encompassing.
He's got to gain a 6 there.
That's all I'm asking.
Something he does so
3
well. Nick
runs,
Bolton making the stop.
and I'm good.
Only
That's all
one
I'm saying.
quarter left
We've got to
before
take
we
our first
send
break.
one of these
But for
teams.
Texas better, you won't have to have
Time
this
is
conversation.
of the essence. When we come back, why are we wearing these T-shirts?
After a good
We're gonna talk
pickup,
about
they've
one
got
of our
2nd and
best
4.
friends now, as we got to meet them the other day, and they are fire. Then we'll show them off a little bit too. When we come back with more Talking Cowboys right after this.
And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Coffee that gives back.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
Pick up a bag of Black Rifle coffee. That's right, America's coffee is now available
Play action.
in the
Here's
coffee
May.
aisle of a grocery store near you.
Polk
Black
makes the
Rifle
catch.
Coffee Company is veteran
And they
founded
finally
with a
bring
mission
him
to give
down,
back
but that
to
is
those
a
brave
big
men and
gain
women
and a
who
new
have
set of
served our
downs.
nation. Every bag, box, or can you purchase
Oh, a
helps
little
support
movement
that
along the
mission.
line there. That's
Head
going to
to your
cost the
local
defense
grocery
5
store and
yards.
roast yourself some Black Rifle coffee today.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savannah. Todd believes the big cat repellent he bought
He
online
thought he had the
was
timing
reliable.
down and could make the
Todd
play,
is
but
trying
just
to
a
be faster
hair
than
too
this
early.
cheetah that can run 80 miles per hour. But the good news is Todd has AT&T 5G.
They'll run here following the penalty.
And he learned the
And
best
he's
thing to do
brought
is
down
stop
for a loss.
and then toss her the backpack that the beast
Well, he
stole.
was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort
It's the
defensively.
official men's skincare brand of the
And
Dallas
hopefully a bit of a
Cowboys.
wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play.
Off their $75
3rd
order.
and just
Plus,
2 to
because
go.
every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping.
They go
The
again
Jack
with
Black
Stevenson.
Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites
Got the
in a
first and
full-size
more
intense
inside the
therapy
25.
lip balm. Make a play for the
16
playmaker
yards
at
on the play.
getjackblack.com/Cowboys.
And the Patriots will have a first down.
Cowboys VIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code Cowboys VIP.
If you shout, "How about them Cowboys?" you have that undeniable passion. That's
They'll
the
run for the
heart of
first time here
Cowboys
with
Nation.
Antonio
And
Gibson.
if you like to drink Dr. Pepper,
And they try to
then you
power
love
it
the unique
forward, but
blend
only a
of its
couple of yards
23
there.
flavors. Together,
You know,
you're
not a
one of
ton of
kind
yards,
fandom
but still
paired with the
showing that
one-of-a-kind
commitment to the
taste of a
ground game. The
delicious
type of
ice
run
cold
that keeps the
Dr. Pepper.
defense
It's
from
the game
loading
day
up in
lineup that
coverage
can't be
and
beat.
focusing
Better yet,
entirely on
gather
that
your
passing
Cowboys
game.
and Dr. Pepper fan
And they've
friends
got
to
him
watch the
behind the
next
line
game
for a
and crack
big
open
loss.
a delicious ice cold Dr. Pepper for everyone. The wins will be even tastier. It's a pepper
They'll give
thing.
on 3rd to Gibson. Finds a big lead.
Before you go home,
And
your spaceship,
finally, he's
are you
down
gonna
at the
pass
5-yard
back
line.
when you ate?
Now That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it first and goal.
At the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach
Back
that
here
end
on
zone.
Talking
It's first
Cowboys,
and goal.
presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company, live from the Star in Frisco,
Now a toss
Texas.
headed right.
This
It's
segment is
Stevenson.
brought to you by Quaker
And
Oats,
he's
the
going to
official
fight
oatmeal
forward
sponsor
and get
of the
in.
Dallas Cowboys.
Touchdown.
Quaker Oats, trusted since 18.
The Patriots now trail by just a point in the
right
fourth.
now. Long time.
Ramondre Stevenson, the touchdown. So they punch it in for 6 Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
Apple, I think, one. Because you're supposed to be ready.
Oh, yeah.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the fourth.
I'm judging
You have to block better for Isaiah.
Yeah, otherwise I'm going to have to scramble.
The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the fourth.
Leave with your shoulders, buddy.
My chair. All right. So, as you can see, we've got these cool T-shirts on.
They are cool. Even the sleeves
All
are cool.
set for the kickoff.
They
Sly
got
with the
Talking
honors.
Cowboys on the sleeves. Got talking right here. These are from our guy,
Hardman with a
Cole
return.
T. Cole, he's an avid fan. He
And
actually
a decent
wrote us a
return
note.
ends as they bring him down inside the 30.
Here in a second. Here you go. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Make
They're
sure
out
it
and
shows
set.
it off. So
First
we
and
got our
10.
jersey numbers and everything.
I was blocking somebody. Somebody was blocking.
No.
Beamer's
Yes. Yeah, I think we're all right. Beamer's got his on in the back as well, right?
Yeah.
No. Beamer. You
They
got
send the tight end in motion.
Oh. Man.
Mahomes on first and 10.
Yeah.
We have fun back
And this throw's knocked away, incomplete.
With his black rifle top with his shirt
Fine
on,
connecting with Xavier Worthy there. So it's second down coming up.
Going full helicopter.
Speaking of, give Chris Beam a call right now as he's sitting in there. 888-855-2297
Throwing from the gun.
if you want to be a part of our pick'em segment. 88.
Flush down out to his left.
2297.
He's going to keep it this time.
Please don't call.
And he's going to be blocked down at the 42.
Been there.
It's a gain of 12 there.
We love you, Mike.
And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
Call, please. All right. Just today, we need new callers. That's all it is. We're trying to represent. We love you, Mike, in New York. We really do. We know you're listening.
For the fans.
We're trying
Throwing from the gun here.
Everybody's trying to
Has
get
him on the quick hitter.
All right. Here we go.
And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
We love Cole T. He came by.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Delivered these T-shirts to us the other day in our hands, and we got the chance to take a picture
Some
of him.
early movement on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he
Dear
provoked?
Talking Cowboys crew, first let me start by saying thank you for everything.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards.
As a Saints fan,
he's on the move, and they did to him as he was
Texas
trying to make something happen.
We got a happy ending to this
And
story.
that pushes him back, third down, coming up.
Becoming a die-hard fan the year before we drafted Dak Prescott. With that being said, the insight and everyone with the media team and the podcast give these.
Trying to throw here out of the gun.
You and everyone
that fine touch complete.
In the podcast give
and
to
he's
the fans
short of first after a mild game.
Insufferable football nerd and
translatable skills. That's what you call him. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
But because I've come to find out that y'all are fans
and he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt.
Course football.
58 yards on the punt there. And the Patriots will be backed up pretty deep to start the drive.
Because I respect his insight.
The drive will start out with a first and 10.
There's at least one guy who respects those things.
Here's the pistol snap to May.
Obviously, I started following and new wrestling.
And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stops.
Are the hosts. Same with Josh's other podcast.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Which I honestly don't know much about, but I ran across it on TikTok, and I loved it anyways.
On the gun, it's May.
There you go. And while I'm a diehard
escapes
SEC
the pocket.
Fan, puts in
now here he goes.
Picks Huey all day, baby. Of course, he's a fan
it's
of
Arkansas. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I genuinely.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Our listenership. This is the thing that's coolest to me, is the fact that he was a Saints fan transition into the Cowboys fan.
Let's
and
see
we
how
give
they
an
attack
avenue
this first down,
just
Brock,
because
from the
we're talking
43.
idiots is really what it is.
We're just new podcast titles.
Yeah, so talking idiots.
This center down
it's not
starts
for
with an
everybody.
option right.
If you are listening, we
And he'll be
appreciate
brought
you
down
so
a
much.
step
But
or
these are
two
the types
shy
of
of
things that I think are
midfield.
so
They're going to
cool
mark
because
him at the
then you get to know
48.
us as people, and we try our best to come
Halfway
in
to the
here day
marker.
in and day
It's
out
second
and
and 5.
give our true personalities, our true insight, our true opinions. And I think it does radiate from time to time, not every time, but from time to time to those that listen.
And that
this
one's
is just
behind him.
another
That's
great
incomplete.
opportunity
Thank you, sir.
to do so.
So after that
Cole,
prior
we really
incompletion,
appreciate
we've
you.
got
To finish
third
things
down.
off, he says prayers and well wishes to you and yours, Cole T.
Thank you, Cole T.
Throwing his May.
Is the man.
Turning a parasocial relationship
He's on the
into
move.
a friendship.
Yes.
He's
I
running
think
for
Cole
it.
T and I, we are kindred
They
spirits.
get
because
13 on the
he served.
pickup.
Yes.
And that's a New England first down.
He was based at Hunter Army Airfield, which
You
is
know,
in
these are the
Savannah,
type
Georgia,
of
which
plays
is
that
home
really
base.
get an offense
So
going.
he
This
was
is a chance
stationed
for
for
QB to
several years in the
inspire
city
the
that I
guys
was
around
born
him,
and
calling
raised
his
in.
own
So
number,
Thank you, great sir.
carrying his
Dad,
teammates to a first
Cowboys,
down on that big
anime,
run.
wrestling, Cole
That
T,
inflates an
we just
offense,
become best
and it can
friends.
suck the
I
wind
believe
out of
we
that
did. I
defense.
believe we did.
And I guarantee you, Cole is not the only one in our viewership that feels
So
this way.
tough to stay set when you've got
Dude,
defenders doing
shouts out to
everything they
Jay
can to make
Crowder.
you jump.
All right, Jay
And,
Crowder just
well, they
sent me
got one
this
of them to
tweet.
move that time.
No, not James. Jay. So
Play now
he's
from the
actually
gun.
listening to Talking Cowboys.
Completed over the middle.
On the combine.
And he's able to get this down to the
While he is
36.
working, dude, that's awesome. On his farm.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
That's awesome.
Second and 6 now.
You know what? Jay Crowder. Talking Cowboys fans.
Ramondre Stevenson makes the catch. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
The thing I want Talking Cowboys fans to do, and when we've asked for a couple things, I just want to see it. For that specific
First and
reason,
10. Here's
because
Stevenson.
of how cool it is,
And he'll only get this to the 26 before going
Whether
down.
it's your house or your
Give him
combine
a few yards
or
on that
your
run.
facility,
It's second and
not the
7.
toilet. Please don't send us Please don't send us that one.
Leave that one out.
Yep. Let's not do that one.
Takes off right out of the read option. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
There's at least 30.
So we will not reach the 2-minute warning. The defense calling time here. 2:08 on the clock.
I've got some.
He's back to throw.
They're going the right way.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Fan appreciation to Cole.
That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC.
Because we do. We really love
Patriots in range for a game-winning score. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for first and 10.
Get on the line. Chris Beats about to answer your call when we come
Now
back.
a shotgun handoff to Stevenson. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage.
Great week for
Second and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savannah. Todd believed the big cat repellent he
Stevenson
bought
with
online
another
was
carry.
reliable.
And he rips
Todd's
off
trying to be
good
faster
yardage,
than
but
this
it
cheetah
will
that can
not
run
move
80
the
miles per
chains.
hour. But the good news is,
The
Todd
Chiefs
has
signal for a
AT&T
timeout.
5G
That's
that
going to
is
be their
fast,
first.
reliable, and secure. And he
Running
learned the best
for it
thing
with
to do is
Stevenson.
stop running.
And again, they stall him out at the line. He couldn't get it.
5G. Fast, reliable,
It's a very important field goal for Joey Slide. It doesn't get much easier than this. That one is good. And late in the fourth, they have grabbed the lead.
That's called getting his job done, Kate, drilling it right through. And now they're in position to win this game. Now it's on some of those guys who are out there with them on the kick, those defenders, to hang on to this lead to give them the win.
And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Kansas City offense set to take the field. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead.
Meat Church here. With football season kicking off,
Now to
I'm
throw.
already gearing up to bring the smoker back to AT&T
Short pass
Stadium
brought
for
in.
some epic tailgates.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
To keep my beer hand-cramping
Chiefs in the
cold.
hurry up,
That's
trying
where
to get
Getty's
everyone to the
insulated
line.
Holster can cooler comes in clutch. This
Here
year,
he
you
is
can
to
even
throw.
get them with the iconic star engraved on the
Why
side.
not go back to it again if it's
Cowboys
working?
gear is now
Complete.
available at Stadium Pro Shops,
And he'll pick up
concessions,
enough
and
to
on
move the
Yeti.com.
chains.
Check it out today. Yeti, official cooler and drinkware of the Dallas Cowboys.
And we're going to overtime.
Erica, how much have I spent on
To throw.
For questions about their money,
On
Dallas
target
Cowboys
to
fans
Worthy.
can turn to Erica, the the virtual
And he made a
financial
bid for
assistant in
midfield
the Bank
there,
of
but
America
stopped at his
mobile
own
banking
side
app.
at the 49.
Learn more at bankofamerica.com/Erica by your side. Bank of America, official bank of the Dallas Cowboys. Erica responses may vary. Digital tools feature
Throwing
require
now.
downloading the mobile banking app and may only be available on select mobile devices. Erica is a mobile feature only available in the English language. Your chat may be recorded and monitored for quality assurance.
To the
Message and data
outside
rates
and
and additional
complete to
terms may apply.
Kelsey.
Bank of America, NA, member
He's
FDIC.
down inside the 35 before going out.
This was my
Harrison
base when I
Butker out
uncovered
now.
my
He knows how big
great-great-grandfather's
this try
history as
is.
bodyguard to the Kaiser
Timeout
of
taken by
Germany
the
with
Patriots. They're first to 3.
To learn more about
And
Grandpa
they still have
Henry, I
2
tried using
available for them as we approach the end of this game. The Chiefs bring on Harrison Butker for the field goal. He was good on his first kick. Going to need to hit this one well to go 2 for 2. And it's on its way and through. He hit it from deep.
Cowboys presented
And
by Black
inside
Rifle
the
Coffee
final minute,
Company.
they've tied
segment
this
is brought
up.
to you by Invisalign,
Reed now to
official
kick this one
smile
away.
of the Dallas Cowboys.
These are the moments,
Welcome
Kate, when
back
you
in.
realize
Patrick
how
Nosey Walker,
valuable a
Josh
clutch
Rodriguez,
kicker is. When
Isaiah
he's the only
Stanback,
guy
Chris
out
Bean
there and
in the
everybody
back.
relying
I
on
want to
him.
shout out one
And
more
he
fan of
delivers.
ours, Nevy, who calls
He'll
in
begin from the
ever so
36
often.
as the
And of
return
course,
is
he's one
brought
of our
down.
favorites. He called in. He was the first one to get on the phone line, but he's been our fan pick him already
Looking to
this
throw
year.
it.
So we said, you know what, Nevy, let's try and give somebody else a chance. But he did give his Cowboys prediction.
And
He
this
said
ball's
Cowboys
incomplete
27,
with just 2
49ers
seconds
20.
remaining. No luck finding his receiver that time.
Also, yeah, it's birthday week.
So it'll be
That's
second
the
down.
side of it. All right, here we go. Our pick'em segment this week, and it starts off with our very own Chris Beat giving us a little standings
To throw.
update.
Thanks, Kyle. Let's go to the standings.
He throws a bullet to the center of the field.
29 wins, 12 losses. Someone's still trying to call
Really
it away.
pushing the envelope on second down, but the
Josh
deep
is
shot
in
doesn't
second
work.
place, 28-10.
Well, Brock, 4 quarters, couldn't
28
decide a
and 10,
winner,
excuse
and
me.
now we're set
Kyle,
up for
you're
an
in
exciting conclusion to this
27 and 12.
contest. Overtime is coming up
Stanback
next.
is tied with the fans at 26 and 12 for dead last.
Dead last.
And postseason overtime differs from what we saw in the regular season. A touchdown on the opening drive doesn't end things anymore. Both teams guaranteed a possession. And if we're still tied after each team has had the football once, we then go to sudden death, and first score takes it.
Josh Adamas. Josh Adamas is back. Yes, he is. That's why he
That's why.
That's why he knew where it had. He's glowing.
It's been the type of game that makes the playoffs so great to watch. The spot in the AFC title game on the line as we're underway in overtime.
No dogs last week, Chris?
This return makes it up to the 25.
Last week.
The Chiefs offense have to take over. And since it's the postseason, Brock, a touchdown won't win the game automatically, but it will put some serious pressure on their opponents getting the football next.
Going on, Andrew, how are you today?
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside.
We are doing awesome.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Absolutely, all winners.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
And he works through a lane for a gain up to the 30.
No matter if it's home game
Give him
or
6 yards on the run, so it's going to be 3rd and 5.
Underdogs by at least 6 points in terms of the most recent spread. Starting with the Patriots versus the Jets. At home against the Jets. Titans on the road against the Detroit Lions.
Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes.
The Ravens at home.
He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Raiders
They'll head up
Chiefs,
1st and 10 from the
Giants
42.
versus the Steelers. A couple juicy ones in here, a couple opportunities.
Hauled in by
Patrick
Worthy.
leads the way, so we'll let Patrick start it
And
off.
he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49.
Because I saw the Giants going to Seattle
2nd and 3 now.
and do a thing. They did.
And they're playing at home against the Steelers.
Steelers went crazy, but it was against the Jets.
Russell Wilson starting to sing.
Hauled in by Worthy, right side.
I think the Giants.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Steelers not as good as Seattle, so I'm going Giants as my dog.
All right.
He's stealing my homework because I am
out of
also
the gun. They'll give it to him
with
inside.
Fighting Daniel
And that's
Jones.
good yardage with a new set of downs.
What do you think, Isaiah?
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Marching in.
I thought you were going to keep going.
Going to the ground again on purpose.
I'm going to take the Saints as
and he
well.
works his
as
way
my
for a
dog.
gain
I'm
of
going to ride
4.
with Isaiah here, my dog over
They'll
here.
come away happy getting that
Andrew,
type of output on most run plays. It's a sign we're looking some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Drake May is going to give the Jets problems for sure.
I like
Out
it.
of the gun, it's Mahomes.
I thought about that one a
Finds
little
his
bit too.
man. It's
I
Worthy.
want to see the Jets keep.
And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
Yes.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10.
Yeah.
Our team. That's probably the case.
But I like the Jets, so you know what I mean.
From the red zone now.
Okay, exactly.
Finds him on the crossing
Speaking
route.
of fan bases that
And
are
they get this
dormant
down to the
and don't
7-yard
really matter,
line.
the Eagles at the
They'll
Bengals.
break the huddle and come up on 1st and
Eagles
goal.
at Bengals. Eagles have actually been playing some pretty good football and don't look now, but here come the Cincinnati Bengals. Josh, will let you start.
The gun, it's Mahomes.
The Cincinnati Bengals to defeat some
Cut 5 on.
Philadelphia.
And he drives this forward to the 6.
Isaiah.
All right, so they can't end the game with a touchdown. Not in a postseason overtime, but the score sure would send a mountain of pressure across the field and set their defense up quite well, too.
It would, Kate, but I would tell you, offensively, now that you're in the red zone, anything short of a touchdown would feel like a disappointment.
And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They've held out twice. Here we go. 3rd goal.
What's your record, by the way?
Ooh, the hard count worked. Somebody jumped. I think this is going to give them the first.
I'm going to give the game there.
By the way, Cincinnati is favored in that game, by the way.
As far as
So we jumped too early, and that's going to cost them 5 yards.
He picked the Bengals. Everybody picked the Bengals. Falcons at Buccaneers. This was a classic not that long ago. That went into overtime.
Running it after the penalty.
Really wild
He
game.
runs
They
it across.
again inside the
Touchdown.
division pattern.
The Chiefs break the tie and go up by 6.
Since the Falcons took the first one, I think the Bucs take this one. I'm going to. They're going against your state.
Wow.
Wow. Are you kidding me? Wow. You try that.
You can't win them the game right away, Brock. Not now in the postseason, but they have taken that pressure off of their shoulders and placed it squarely on the other sideline now with that score to begin overtime.
Oh, that's 100, Kate. You know it's an offense. We can't come away empty. A field goal would be great, but a touchdown? Woo! A touchdown now infuses this place, infuses your defense, and gives them the opportunity to go in this game.
I'm not playing.
This return gets to the 30 before he stops.
That's fair.
Here's New England ready once again on offense. There aren't any options, Brock, but there is a ton of pressure now. Got to match that last touchdown, or their season is over.
And this is what makes the overtime rule changes so great. We don't want that last touchdown to end their season outright.
Andrew, did we get your pick on this one?
And we want to see if they've got the metal to respond. Great postseason teams do.
Kirko over there.
Back to the air. It's May.
Cardinals
He'll
at
get
Dolphins.
this to Henry. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Go Dolphins for sure.
Josh.
Nah, man, I'm feeling the Cards in this one.
Going play action, May.
It's going to be an ugly game, but give me the Cards.
Caught by the tight end, running that corner.
Because of that, I think the Dolphins
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
Tyreek goes for 200. Give me 200?
200.
Oh, man.
That's crisp.
To the air yet again, May.
I want to go with the Cardinals because I picked them as a dog.
Completed to his running back.
Right?
And he gets down to the 24 before he stops.
And to his back, so the fans are going to
I know that completion doesn't move the chains.
I like it.
I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
You know where I'm going.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
Hey, he's not.
On the gun, it's May.
Because Bills.
That's cool for you.
Getting out to his left.
You're taking Seahawks.
Oh, look at this. Here he goes.
You're taking
the Bills.
All right, I know they're not going to look ahead down there, Brock, but let's see when they look ahead. In the red zone, they need the touchdown first, obviously. But after that, a decision. Do you kick to tie and give it back, or do you go for 2 in the win?
That's a great question, but I know this. That decision better have already been made. The best coaches, the best decision makers, you cannot let emotion of what's going to happen on these next couple plays dictate the decision. That was a choice you made before you ever got the ball back.
The Washington Commanders, 2 of the top
operating from the gun. Here's May.
Draft. Jaden Daniels is out.
That's what I was going to say.
He doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one and brings up third down.
But yeah, Marcus Mariota was dealing.
Yeah, he's a dude.
He was once a top pick.
That was a good pickup for them for a backup.
Yeah, he was.
Good choice.
May looking
he
to
was.
throw.
I'm going to take the Commanders. They
Chase
keep
down to
things
his right.
rolling. The Bears just
He'll
aren't
make a big
there
for it
yet,
on the
even with
ground.
Marcus Mariota at
He
quarterback.
slides down with enough to pick up that first.
I like the Commanders. Obviously, I like DQ, but I think the Bears are starting to figure it out. Patrick.
May now from the
Bears
gun.
are starting to figure it out, but I'm not going to.
This one's caught.
Okay, so you scored
And
7.
he'll go down shy the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Yeah. Washington and Carolina.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
So let me go Commanders.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Drops it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it.
That's right, Caleb Williams.
And
that
pressure
defense
drives them backwards.
In my opinion. So give me the Bears.
Bears.
Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
On the move, headed right.
Dallas Cowboys making
He'll get
their
this
trip out to
inside the 10 to
Santa
the
Clara,
9.
California. Levi's
Biggest play of OT.
Stadium where the
Offense set now on fourth
is it
down.
maroon? I don't even. It's not maroon. Red.
Now to throw.
Red and gold, whatever it is in San Francisco. Have you picked
And
the
he
Cowboys
has the
to win
catch.
this over the
Gets
last
both
3?
feet in. That's a touchdown.
Why are you asking that
The
question?
Patriots get it down to a single point.
Sunday night football.
That answer
Sunday
right there
night
shows that
matchup
this
between the
team,
Dallas
Brock,
Cowboys
belongs
and
in the
San Francisco
postseason.
49ers.
Had to be a touchdown, and they got it with everything on the line.
And
We'll start
now,
with you.
and now, Kate, we'll
Cowboys
see exactly what type of team they are because their entire season hinged on what you just said, on that response, on getting the touchdown. But now it hinges on this decision. Are you going to go for the tie? Or are you going to go play for the win, baby?
That one right down the middle.
Always for the
And the
call,
Patriots
from out there
tie
in
this
Colorado.
game up.
Keep doing the Cowboys work out there. We'll talk to you again soon.
Go boys. Thanks, guys.
There we go. Andrew, the man.
All set for the
Picks
kickoff.
Cowboys
Slide with the
27-24.
honors.
Same pick and same score as Nebby on his birthday week.
Hardman with a
Who
return.
wants to start? I'll start it.
He stopped on the return at the
For
27.
the first time in a long time, I'm going to
The
pick
Chiefs
the Cowboys
offense
to
set
beat
to
the
take over again.
Scores
And after the
17-14
impressive
in the
drive we
defensive
just
matchup.
witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
All right.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the
Even
word
though both
chance,
defenses are
right?
banged up?
But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right
Yeah.
here. They
All
got
right,
to give
I'm
their
going-
defense a chance to catch their
All
breath
right, let me get
and
my
turn
bold
some of
prediction
the
out of the way real
momentum
quick.
in the building.
Brandon Aubrey will not need a
And he's
cook
going to be
this
brought
week.
down up at the
I think
28-yard
all of our
line.
points come from touchdowns.
That is
all and extra points.
They'll come to the line here, second and
Cowboys
9.
are going to beat the San Francisco 49ers 28-19. Jake Moody will miss a field goal.
Here he is to throw.
Yeah,
That's on the quick hitter.
They will miss a
He's
field
going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Psychology, it worked.
Offense set
I'm
for a
gonna piss
first
him
and
off
10.
on purpose. Can the Cowboys win this game? Yep. Coming out of the bye week, should the Cowboys win this game? Yep. But until you defeat the boogeyman is still the boogeyman. And Kyle Shanahan is every bit.
They don't connect
the
there,
freaking
and now just
boogeyman,
3 seconds
here
showing
in
on the clock.
Dallas. So,
Tough one to
I believe the
retain
Cowboys
through
can
that
do it,
hit.
but go show me.
And it
San
sets up
Francisco
second
takes
down.
this one 23-20.
Back to the air, Mahomes.
Dun, dun, dun. Zimmer's 3-1 against Shanahan.
4-2.
Free inside the 30.
Last time I did
And
this,
they finally
they went to
bring him
Pittsburgh
down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
The standing, I think the pickups don't care.
I think he's trying to make a statement. All right.
Yeah, I want to be pissed off.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Dallas
So
is not as
overtime
banged
in the
up as San
playoffs, Brock,
Francisco.
things work a little bit
But San
different, and we know that
Francisco
some
is
folks
not
have been
having the
confused
identity
by
crisis
this. So
that
both
Dallas
teams
is.
guaranteed
And
one possession
at the end of the
regardless
day,
of who wins the coin
players that are
toss
put in
here.
position
And
to
if
win
after
football
those two
games
drives we're still
are still
tied,
in the middle of
then
the
an
scheme.
entire
So San
season comes
Francisco may
down
not
to
have their
who can
players,
score
but Dallas
first.
is still trying to figure out what scheme works best for
And
them.
now the entire game rests on his next
San
kick.
Francisco's more banged up
It's a
significantly.
38-yard look
However,
here.
they're both banged up.
The kick
Because
is
of
good.
that, I
He
think
got
the
it.
scheme becomes
And they're
different.
your winners in double overtime.
I see what you did there. It's San
So many of these
Francisco.
players on the field, Kate, they just
terms of what their
strive for
coaches do and what they
consistency. They're
have
not the
all the way
kickers.
through. So give me
They
San
strive
Francisco
for
to win it.
perfection.
I
And
think
so
it will be
far,
a sloppy
he's just that.
game. Give me like
Well,
24,
no outer place in
16
Missouri or
final.
Kansas
16?
right now as the
Yeah,
Chiefs
16,
get
like
the
a
win in
safety
Arrowhead.
or like a couple weird
And
field
that was the type
goals.
of game you
Just,
can only hope
I
for
mean,
in
yeah,
the
maybe one
postseason,
touchdown
Brock.
and then 3
Couple
field
of
goals. And that's where
deserving
we're at.
teams laying it all out there, and they were finally able to get the win and keep their playoffs going. And with Brock Ewart and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Chiefs as we say so long from Kansas City.
All year long. Appreciate you as always. For Isaiah Stanback, Josh Rodriguez, Patrick Nosey Walker, Chris Beam in the back of Kyle Yeomans. We'll see you on Monday following Sunday Night Football. Cowboys 49.